Have you thought about visiting Indonesia? Were you worried that visas and local transport and language were just all too complicated to deal with? Think again. Visas are easier. Local transport is arranged using an app on your phone, just like Uber. The locals are kind. The language is based on the ABC alphabet. No need to learn a new alphabet with crazy, unusual symbols or characters. And the price? Way better than you might expect. For years, Indonesia was seen as beautiful, but somewhat daunting as a destination for many tourists. But here's the truth today. Indonesia wants to increase tourism, and so has made tourism easier than ever before. And I'm not just talking about Bali. The whole country is opening up, modernizing, and welcoming tourists in ways that are smoother, more convenient, and more enjoyable than ever. So what's changed? And more importantly, why should you take a fresh look at Indonesia now? I'm Kate, an American who's lived here in Indonesia for 42 years, and I make videos for people who want to live their best lives. I want to share my experience with you. First, let's talk about something we all think about before booking a trip: visas. It used to be a bit of a hassle, but now Indonesia offers visa-free entry or visa on arrival for citizens of many countries, including the US, Canada, most of Europe, Australia, parts of Asia, most of the world, right? And if you're planning a longer stay or want to work remotely while you're here in Indonesia, the new digital nomad and second home visa options are making that possible in a way that's clear, accessible, and designed with tourists and expats in mind. It's no longer a bureaucratic nightmare. It's something you can plan online and handle with minimal stress. I've recently met a few people who did their visas online before ever leaving their home countries. They just had to check in at the immigration office soon after arrival. I always recommend letsmoveindonesia.com for visas of all kinds. They're not paying me to recommend them. I just know people who have been happy with their service. You can see the link in the description below this video. And then if you're thinking, well, sure, but what about getting around once I'm there? I get it. Yeah, I get that. Transportation used to be a weak point here. But let me tell you, things have come a long way. Yep, ride-hailing apps like Gojek and Grab have totally changed the game. They work like Uber. You don't need to negotiate taxi prices or wonder if you're being overcharged or being taken the long way around in order to run up the bill. With just a few taps on your smartphone, you can order a car, motorbike, or even food. It's fast, affordable, and incredibly easy to use. Okay then, what about language barriers? English isn't the first language here. Nope. But here's the good news. You really don't need to speak fluent Indonesian to get by anymore. In major tourist areas and even in many smaller towns, people working in hospitality usually speak enough English to help you check into hotels, order food, and find your way around. And the locals? Friendly doesn't even begin to describe them. They'll go out of their way to help you. And if you learn just a few simple Indonesian phrases, you'll see big smiles and real appreciation. Still wondering if it's safe? Understandable. That's always a top concern when you're heading abroad into an unfamiliar country. The good news? Indonesia is one of the safest countries you can visit. Violent crime is very rare, especially in tourist areas. Yeah, petty theft can happen, just like anywhere else in the world. But if you use the same common sense you'd use at home, you'll be just fine. Now, let's talk about connectivity. That's right, I'm referring to the internet. You might assume that since Indonesia is an archipelago of 17,000 islands, internet might be hit or miss. And while that used to be true, it's no longer the case in most urban and tourist-friendly areas. With inexpensive data packages and strong Wi-Fi in cafes, hotels, and co-working spaces, staying connected is easier than ever. I video chat with my friends in the US and Canada all the time. I watch YouTube videos that run smoothly, and I upload and download videos without pulling my hair out. And then you might be wondering if tourist activities have gotten expensive. Actually, no. Indonesia remains one of the most affordable destinations in this region. Whether you're traveling on a shoestring or treating yourself to a luxury villa, you'll find something that suits your budget. And when it comes to value for money, Indonesia is hard to beat, with inexpensive meals that taste like heaven and affordable massages that leave you floating. A $30 hotel room with a pool? Don't need a pool? Well, in that case, you can get a hotel for a lot less than that. Indonesia's prices might actually make you want to stick around forever. I want to pause for a moment and ask you, when was the last time you went on a trip and truly relaxed? Not just a rushed, packed vacation with excursions scheduled every second of the day, but a real, soulful, slow down and breathe kind of trip. That's the kind of experience Indonesia can offer you. The vibe here invites you to slow down, reconnect with nature, let go of stress. Even the tourism infrastructure seems to encourage this. You'll have access to scenic walking paths, peaceful retreats, and tourist activities that let you experience the real Indonesia, not just a postcard version. And then there's the sheer diversity of what Indonesia has to offer. Whether you're into mountains, beaches, jungles, temples, or city life, it's all here, right here in Indonesia. Wouldn't you love to see orangutans in the wild? Or maybe Borobudur, the largest Buddhist temple in the world? There's so much to see and experience here. The best part, you don't have to be a seasoned backpacker to enjoy it anymore. More and more spots are becoming accessible, not just physically, but in terms of information, signage, transport, services. Indonesia is a place where both new travelers and seasoned globetrotters can feel welcome and be more than satisfied. Are there still challenges? Of course, no place is perfect. There can be traffic, and I mean real traffic. Just sit back in your rideshare and let the driver deal with it. Just look out the car window at all the interesting things to see. And island time is a real thing. Sometimes things move slower than you're used to. But honestly, that's part of the charm. You learn to breathe through the delays, to let go of the need for everything to be perfectly on schedule. And what you gain is something better: presence, patience, perspective. Yeah, it took me some time, but I finally realized how much more enjoyable my life was at this slower pace. So if Indonesia has been on your list of places to visit, maybe someday in the future, well, maybe it's time to move it to your now list. With easier entry, better transport, more accessible communication, and modern conveniences right alongside the traditional beauty. It's never been a better time to visit. So what's holding you back? Is it the unknown, the planning, the thought that it might be too complicated? I hope this video shows you just how far Indonesia has come in making tourism easier, friendlier, and more fun. And if you've already been to Indonesia, please drop a comment and share your experience. If you're planning your first trip, let me know what you're most excited or maybe nervous about. I'd love to help you in any way I can. Travel doesn't have to be stressful. Not when a place like Indonesia is ready to welcome you with open arms and maybe even a coconut drink in the shade. It's not just a destination. It's an experience that starts getting easier the moment you arrive. So what do you think? Does Indonesia seem a little less intimidating now? If this video helped you feel more confident about visiting, give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. And hey, if you're interested in expat life, not just travel, make sure you subscribe. I've lived in Indonesia for over 40 years, and I've got lots more to share. Everything from the funny little surprises to the real behind-the-scenes truths no one wants to talk about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.